Most people read this old Chinese proverb straight through. First comes fate, then fortune, then feng shui, then virtue, study, reputation, appearance, reverence, connections, and last of all, how you take care of your body. Fate first, body last. Wrong sequence. Read it in reverse. Health sits at number 10, not because it matters least, but because it's the ground everything else stands on. Without it, the other 9 are architecture floating in midair. The strongest feet can't deliver through a broken body. The best mentor is useless when your reserves are gone. Character has nothing to hold itself up inside a system that's already falling apart. Get yourself standing first. Only then does anything else have somewhere to land. The Huangdi Neijing, the foundational text of Chinese medicine, doesn't open with how to treat disease. It opens with how a person should live. Align with yin-yang. Move with cycles. Eat with restraint. Sleep with regularity. Don't exhaust yourself in vain. This way, body and spirit move together, and you live out the full measure of your years. When the two stay synchronized, you are whole. The moment they split, the unraveling begins. Modern life has inverted this. The body sits in chair, while the nervous system runs like a drum bow that never releases. You eat while calculating. You lie down at night with unfinished business still circling. The classical test called this treating the abnormal as normal, a way of living that works against your nature, calcified into default. The outcome is one line. Without regularity in rest and waking, decline comes by 50. Not a sudden crash. A slow prepayment, the vitality meant to carry you into your 16th and 17th, drown down you in your 40s. You chalk it up to fatigue. By the time you notice, the account is already overdrawn. The human body is not a machine. Machines fail in parts, find components, swap it out. An ecosystem operates on different logic. A forest's strength isn't which tree is biggest. It's the species network. The energy flows, the self-repair capacity woven through the whole. Snap one critical link and things unravel faster than you'd expected. In classical Chinese medicine, the organs work as a wipe. Liver stagnation weakens the spleen. A struggling spleen strains the kidneys. And node under chronic overload quietly draws down the reserves of the entire system. You either don't feel it, or you feel it and feel it under nothing serious and keep going. Weight is the clearest signal this vibe sends. Not an aesthetic issue, but the visible output of a long-running mismatch between input and expenditure. Leave that uncorrected, and what enrolls next is harder to measure. Decision quality, emotional steadiness, the capacity to act, all wearing down below the threshold of daily awareness, until you look back and realize the age you had has been gone for a while. Fate, fortune, feng shui, not mystical labels. 3 forces acting on a person in real and distinct way. Fate is your starting configuration, genetic constitution, early shaping. What you were given can't be added, only stewarded. Fortune is where timing meets condition. Same field, different season. Identical effort, different yields. People who understand cycles push when the moment calls for it, and pull back when it doesn't. They don't run on pride. Feng shui is what your environment does to you over time. Chronic exposure to high-friction surroundings disrupts the body systems. Physiology, not poetry. The quality of what surrounds you is the quality of what you're absorbing, whether you track it or not. The idea that effort alone determines outcomes tries to solve a multivariable equation with one input. When it doesn't balance, the only conclusion is, I didn't work hard enough. Push harder, things get more tangled. Traditional Chinese thought maps a complete life across 5 dimensions. relationships, wealth, legacy, career, and longevity. Few holds all five. Strong careers and wealth usually come at the cost of relationships. Reaching the top almost always means the body has been running a quiet deficit. The wins get showing, the cost stays off screen. The ledger runs regardless. Among the five, longevity occupies a category of its own. Lost money can be rebuilt, a lost career recovered, but once health is structural compromised, everything else loses its load-bearing support. It isn't one atom on the list, it's what makes the rest of the list possible. The people who play this well don't push one dimension to the limit, while the others quietly bottom out. They hold rough balance across all five. Not perfection, just nothing bleeding out unnoticed. Cause and effect doesn't require a mystical frame. Years of dishonesty, building yourself up by drawing from others, the physiological toll accumulates. Stagnation, chronic stress, organ load. The public collapse is internal disorder finally breaking the surface. The record isn't kept by feet, it's kept by the body. The reverse holds. Every night of real sleep, every meal eaten without distraction, every pointless string you cut. It compounds in the right direction. Get the direction right, and time handles the rest. The Neijing is blunt. Go against it, and the calamity follows. Go with it, and the disease never takes hold. Effective management happens before anything breaks. The mechanism runs whether you believe it or not. What's in your hands is alignment. Close the leaks. Pay back what's being overdrawn. Body and spirit moving together is not a motivational line. It's what someone looks like when they've gotten this basic right. Good color, sharp eyes, walking into a room with an ease that's already there before they say a word. That, not what you inherited, is what it actually means to have a good life.